Hello all, this is your Bhavani sir. We have launched APPSC Group 1 Mains Test Series. It is meticulously designed out of my previous experience and experience in leading the content team, especially in designing the right content and improving the standards, and especially for the evaluation parameters. I have meticulously designed this schedule for you, and you have to go through this document once again, and I am giving you the brief explanation about it. We charge only for evaluation faculty orientation, and the content is free for all of you. And to contact regarding this test series, you have to give you have to send a message to this number and WhatsApp number, and this is our mail ID drbhavanisar@gmail.com. And coming to this features of a test series, regarding we will provide you evaluation within 2 days, first thing, and second, the PYQ themes, which are very important. We consider always the previous year questions of UPSC and state service commissions. After completion of the test, you can access the explanation video of the concerned faculties who will take here, and you can also attend our live YouTube sessions. Sometimes if you are unable to attend, you can access that recorded video in our app. Okay, most of the cases it will be recorded and uploaded in the app. After completion of the test, you can access to that video. And test should be submitted within 48 hours. Mean simply before starting the other test, because every test is conducted after giving 2 days of gap. And evaluation parameters, already I have explained you in the essential ingredients for quality answers. So this is about clarity of thought and content relevance. This is about contextual sensitivity, and these are the basic parameters that we have designed and derived. Before coming to that part, I am giving you the summarizing elements of all these evaluation parameters and categorized into 5 broad groups. What is that group? First thing is relevance. The relevance is the soul of the answer that I have told you several times, but this relevance has thematic relevance, means it should be exactly it should address the exact demand of the question. The main theme is exact demand of the question. But the question may be about bad banks. You may give introduction about the non-performing assets. This is not an accurate introduction. You have to address NPS while addressing the bad banks. That kind of specific and general introduction is required. That is called a thematic and holistic introduction competency. This is very essential in the relevance part. And relevant introduction. After relevant introduction, you have to provide the relevant content. The content and dimensions that you have taken in the content, and also examples that you provide, should be always substantiating the given theme of the question. Simple. And coherence in conclusion, you should use the transition words and statements, despite, although, and eventually. These statements are mandatory to bring a rightful conclusion, and building and summarizing the entire body in the conclusion is also very essential. You should address the main theme of the question from introduction to conclusion without deviating from the given theme of the question. So this kind of relevant, coherent building ability is very important. So you have to practice regularly, and evaluation is mandatory for the answer that you have written, and this evaluation should contain all these parameters. That is, even for attitudinal relevance, this is also very essential. A bureaucrat should show always an objective attitude, impartial and positive and optimistic, and balance of judgment is essential, and reliability, honesty, integrity should be shown wherever the answer requires, and empathy, compassion, emotional intelligence, these are the essential qualities. Attitudinal relevance. So you should never show any kind of activism or political affiliation in your answers. This is very important. This kind of relevant attitude also should be developed in writing the answers. So these are the 5 parameters that I have given you. The language competency has a concise writing skill, jargon and keyword, grammar and spellings. These are the 4 to 5 parameters that you have sub-parameters under this broad domain of language competency. In the coherence part, you need to build certain things, that it is ability to connect, interlink, and among various dimensions of the question, and also among different parts of the question. That is from the main question and the main introduction and the main body and different parts of the body of the question, and also a conclusion part. You should develop this kind of a coherent, organically interlinked answers. Okay, this kind of answer writing skill can only be developed by following the steps that I have given you, like using the transition words first thing, and coherence in thoughts. This is very important. Thought, ideas, views should have uniformity, and they should not expose any kind of contradiction with your own opinion if it is based on the comments. But if it is opinion which is mutually contradictory, that should be substantiated with a valid argument, maybe based on the judgments given by the Supreme Court or any other reports provided by the authentic sources, right? So this is very important, and uniformity in thought is very important. That is called that will build the coherence. So the coherence will show your conceptual clarity and your interlinking ability of various thoughts and dimensions. These are very important things that you have to learn. So how we have derived these things, and content also you have substantiating ability, that is in the form of examples, illustrations, testimonies, and practical case studies, innovative creative solutions for your answers and quotes, ability to impart dimensionality and interlink. These are very important. Examiner should feel pleasant while reading your answer. That is very important. For that you need a perfect presentation using flowcharts, graphical representations and maps. At the same time, legible handwriting using a proper uniform letter size and word to word, line to line spacing, and uniform structure and standard template with the headings, main headings, side headings, subheadings. Okay, these are the basic parameters that we have given you in the schedule itself. These are to introduce you a quality answer writing ability, right? For question, we have given you one specific cell for the question. In the question paper itself, in the first paper, we give you all these parameters with the question cell, right? This is a cell dedicated for the question. This cell should be filled by the student. This is the question number 1. This is question number 2, question number 3, question number 4. You have to write the question there. We'll give you a larger cell there. Don't worry. This cell should be filled by the student. This question number 1 will be assessed by our evaluation team based on these 5 following parameters. Beside we have given you the parameters regarding this is relevance, regarding the parameter related to relevance. Okay, and this is about content, your competency in content, and this is about coherence and language competency and presentation. Under this we provided you the sub parameters. Each subparameter will be addressed by, if there is any subparameter missing under this broader group of a parameter of evaluation, the evaluation team will mention clearly here, right? And they will give you 20% marks if you have given rightful orientation for this question, right? If you have addressed the exact demand of the question by having this kind of flow of expression, by imparting all these evaluation parameters. Very simple, right? So you need to develop these parameters in your answers. Our evaluation team will address each parameter in the given cell here. Okay, they'll award 20% marks for each of these parameters. 20% directly we have given you 5 parameters here, 1 2 3 4 5. Each parameter is having a weightage of 20%. So this is very important for you. You have to write questions here, and our team will award you marks for each of the parameters, and each parameter contains 20% of the weightage, right? This is the total number of questions that we have attempted. Finally the team will mention also the total marks gained in each of these five broad parameters. Suppose if a person got highest marks in relevance parameter but unable to write legible answers, therefore he will be awarded 0 marks here, he will be awarded 0 marks here, he will be awarded maximum marks here, that is 20%. Out of 10, 2 marks, out of 10, 2 marks for each question. Suppose each question is addressing the relevant content, irrelevant introduction, and very thematic in nature from introduction to conclusion, but he is unable to write legible answers, and the answer writing is not uniform, the presentation is not pleasant for the examiner, so he will be awarded 0 here. So on overall, how many marks that you have attained here? Here you might have got 30 marks for 15 questions. You might have got only 3 to 5 marks for your illegible answer writing. So this is our scientific assessment of each of the questions based on the given parameters beside this table, right? So the test number 1 will start, even it includes language papers, English and Telugu compulsory language papers which are qualifying in nature. That those tests will be conducted in the initial stage itself to rectify your mistakes if you have committed any mistake. At last it will be very difficult for you to rectify your mistakes if you have committed any mistake, right? So the test number 1 will focus on, test number 2 will focus on compulsory language papers for early realization of the aspirants, and test number 3, 4, 5, 6 will focus on paper 2, 3, paper 1 to 5, paper 1 to 5. These are paper wise tests in which each test should have at least 2 days of gap for your revision purpose. Similarly, the same cycle will be repeated. Okay. Total number of tests are 12, which are only for evaluation and faculty orientation. So content will be posted in our Telegram channel and the app also. It will be downloadable in nature. So all the best and thank you so much. I think this opportunity will be helpful for you. This is a target 10 program. So target 10 means you have to be in the top 10 list of the APPSC group 1 examination of this time. Okay, for that we strive our best and you have to cooperate with us, right? All the best and thank you.